Hey guys, my name is Ryan.
And my name is Miska.
And welcome to Overwatch Central. So there's been a massive update to the game, as I'm sure you all know at this point. The Halloween skins, brawl and other goodies have been added in to spookify the game in connection to Overwatch's second seasonal event. There are some changes that have gone unnoticed though, and we'd like to talk about those in today's video. People have kept their focus on all of the new Halloween cosmetics, and so have we. But let's talk about the patch notes that people may not have really been speaking about. First on our list is the hero balance updates. These were previously live in the PTR, but they are now live on the main client. The big one here is probably the Ana change that Blizzard have decided to go through. Her ultimate will now require 20% more charge, and her biotic grenade AoE has been increased from 3 meters to 4. Whilst the ultimate nerf kinda hurts Ana, she's always been somebody that charges their ult fast. The biotic grenade buff is pretty huge though. It's now a lot easier to counter Zenyatta ultimates, at least to some extent. Because it's been increased from 3 meters to 4 in diameter, the area of the grenade has almost been doubled, which also helps with Ana healing her own teammates by smashing a grenade on the floor. Other than this, we've seen the Widowmaker change go live, which adjusts the time to scope from 0.5 seconds to 0.33 seconds. A reasonable buff to Widow, but maybe probably not enough. We'll have to see on that one. Last but not least, Junkrat will now ult faster as the deployment animation from the Riptire plays faster.
There were also a lot of improvements made to the spectator system. This is great news for everybody, as Overwatch as an esport has really started to grow lately, and better spectating tools has been needed for quite a while. Now static cameras are supported in spectator mode, team names can be edited into custom games too, and the camera overall is a lot smoother for mouse and keyboard usage. Earlier a lot of people used to use controllers, since that was pretty much the only way to get a sort of smooth camera movement, but now it's really smooth with the classic mouse and keyboard too. Custom games can also be paused now. This was tried out in the PTR and has been brought to live. This is also great news for Overwatch esports in general. And there's also been some other improvements to spectator mode, such as third-person cameras and other little bits and bobs here and there. Really solid stuff overall. These are changes that a lot of people have been wanting for quite a while now, and they've actually made it to the live game finally. Oh, and I thought I'd also squeeze these other changes in here. These aren't really related to the spectator mode at all, but there were some sort of voice line changes. Reinhardt's frequency of calling out that his barrier is failing has been upped a lot, so the chance of you missing that Reinhardt saying that his barrier is about to go is a lot lower now. On top of this, heroes that are an Ana boosted will also call out that they have been Ana boosted. I've heard this a lot recently, so for example a Reinhardt has been boosted and then says that he's unstoppable, or in similar things to that. And it really does help, because sometimes you just hear a boost around the corner or something like that and you don't really know what's coming at you, but now it's a lot easier to get a grip of the situation, and this is a little bit of a small nerf to Ana as well, I guess. The volume of Hanzo's Dragon Strike voice line while wearing the Kami or Lone Wolf skin has also been up. This was in the PTR too and was requested for quite a while. Basically that voice line seemed a little bit lower and harder to sort of hear than the normal Hanzo skins, meaning that a lot of people just used to use those skins for that reason alone. But yeah, that's been balanced and fixed now.
Next up, the menus, options and other UI updates that have been made. There were some minor UI updates in a lot of places, but a big one is definitely the new career profiles that have gone live from the PTR. Very good looking overall and will provide even more information than the old ones did. Solid work from Blizzard, the UI updates are always welcome. We also saw some more options added to performance stats, so you can choose what you want to and don't want to display in the top left corner. There were some other minor menu improvements and rearrangements. Miska talked about the spectator camera, and custom games got some UI updates in general, with team names and pick screen for spectators. It's just a lot of UI updates that a lot of people have been asking for really, so it's nice that they've come in a nice neat bundle.
And coming to the end of the patch notes here, we just have a lot of general bug fixes. People have had problems with various things, such as loading into maps and so on. There's also some instructions to the forums in case you've had issues loading into Ilios, for example. I'll make sure to link those below too. But even more importantly, the disconnection sort of policies, or whatever you want to call it, has been changed a little bit. Really, this just gives the players that have a bit of a worse connection than others a bit more time to reconnect, essentially. So players who leave or are disconnected from a competitive match can now rejoin any time while the match is still in progress. I think this is really good to see overall, but listen to this next bit. Teammates of a disconnected player can now exit a match after 2 minutes have elapsed, formerly 1 minute, and they will not receive a leaver penalty. However, they will receive a loss. Now, this is still not really right where I would want it personally, but I guess it's a bit of an improvement. Basically, if someone left the match and were gone for about 1 minute, I would like them to just receive the full leaver penalty and everything, like loss and so on, and then all the other players on that team would just be able to leave the game and not lose any competitive points. Now, same would go for if this was in a placement match, of course. Because if someone leaves and is gone for about 2 minutes or just underneath, they can still come back and keep playing like normal, and then that team has just been punished a lot for no particular reason. So that placement game is probably lost just because one person had to go or left or whatever, which kinda sucks. But yeah, we'll see what happens with that, but that's the end of these patch notes.
And that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Do let us know what kind of minor changes you've seen in this major patch that you really like. The spectator system is a lot better. What do you think of the buffs and Widowmaker and stuff like that? Thanks again for watching. Take care. We'll see you next time.